Guys, it's Chef Paula with Cooking with Stars and Village Connection magazine. I am here with our honoree for tonight, Rhonda Klch. How are you, Rhonda?
Good, thank you.
So let me ask you, when you walked in here tonight, did you have any expectation what being an honoree would feel like for you?
I think what I can say is now that the evening is coming a little bit towards the end is I'm feeling a little bit of fanhood. So I think whenever you are in a position to make an impact within your community, there's always a lot of people that want to appreciate you and thank you. So that's my biggest takeaway from tonight.
You know, hearing about you through, talks from people on the board, people who, have known you a while, my sense is you're a dynamo. You may be small in stature, but you are a powerhouse. That's really that's my takeaway here tonight.
I think what happens is that when you're passionate about something that you do, you find that you can do it effortlessly. So for me, being involved in the community, giving forward, doing what you can to impact others, creating other people's destinies, helping people along their way with their journey. I'm very passionate about that. So it gives me a lot of joy and a lot of peace knowing that that's my footprint here. So it gives me a good takeaway.
So how long have you been a part of Kids Clubhouse? When did that begin for you?
So I was originally introduced to the Clubhouse probably at this point about 3.5 years ago through a prior executive director. And when I learned about the Clubhouse, part of our initiative with our foundation is an event called Holiday Dream, where we assist local families that have been economically disadvantaged for the holiday season. And when I heard about the Clubhouse, I had reached out to them and their executive director to sponsor the children that are from less fortunate families within the community. So that was my initial interaction with them. And as I learned more about what they do for the community and that they are not, and again, if you visited the center, you understand they're not your typical, aftercare program. So, again, having, 5 children of my own and knowing what daycare facilities are like, this was definitely not that type of an environment. So it was very rewarding for me to learn more and want to know what I can do to help impact and just make the lives of those kids just, amazing.
Now, you yourself do have your own not-for-profit.
I do.
So let's give you a little love as well. So
Sure.
Let us hear the name of it and really what your true mission is, particularly.
Sure. So the name of our foundation is the Equity First Foundation. We're a local 501c3, and essentially our mission is to provide financial literacy workshops and programs to different communities throughout Long Island. So it's not always about low socioeconomics. Sometimes it's about going into schools and helping out special needs, and you'll find us, out at Yaphank Jail. Doing programs for the veterans, and then you'll find us at youth group centers and different. I'm just thinking in my head. You'll find us all over. So if there's a need and there is somebody that is willing to listen to me, we will find a way to create a little bit of impact. And hopefully, if I just sink in a little bit and teach somebody the difference between needs and wants and budgeting, and just helping them overall get into a better financial state, then I've done a good job.
Now, I do enrichment as well, not so much in terms of the financial part, but I teach kids how to cook and to be passionate.
Yeah.
And I do this in memory of my father, who I lost, to be able to honor his legacy. And so I have to say that having kids learn how to be able to cook and how to budget and how to be able to really, work with finances and to understand that, working hard is really something that they can achieve beautiful things. And it's not a matter of being given things on a silver platter to some kids who have that opportunity. It's what to do with it when you're given that opportunity.
Yeah.
And for the kids who don't have a lot, to be able to realize that there are ways for them to be able to, I was talking to Taya earlier about breaking the cycle. That if you come from a family where things are financially very difficult, having you guys showing another opportunity, another way to be able to live your life and to be able to imprint on these kids and potentially have them turn the corner and say, you know what, while my parents may not be, financially, in great shape, there are other people that I can turn to for advice, and that's a beautiful thing to be able to showcase what you are, what you do, to children that would never really have the opportunity to soak all that up because in their own homes they don't have the parents that can do that for them.
A lot of the work that we do, also there's a huge, social impact that goes along with that. So when people talk to me about the work that we do and they say, so, I get it. You walk in, you talk to them about, budgeting and that it's important to save. And that's not really all what it's about. It's, a lot of the work that we do has a social impact that's tied to it, because a lot of the families that we see, especially on a one-on-one, not everything's in a workshop environment, but on a one-on-one, these are not families all the time that come from low socioeconomics. These are people that have had life events. So a big part of what we do is focusing on life events. I'll meet with families that are very stable from the outside, but they may be facing situations where there's a sick parent or a sick child, or they're taking care of somebody else in the family, and all of those things, impact what they can do and how much they can do at the same time.
So if people want to reach out to you, let's say they have another opportunity for you to be an honoree, or possibly to have you bring your program of financial literacy, how do they reach out to you?
Usually I tell people they can send us an email. So the email address would be info@equityfirstfoundation.org. Our local phone number is 631-714-4822. I'm on Facebook. So Equity First Foundation, we're all over.
I'll be fronting you later on tonight. Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're a joy to know, and I look forward to learning more about you as time goes on. So thanks so much.
Thank you.
So one last photo.